Rich Moore et Phil Johnston. Welcome to the...
Oh la vache.
En route vers l'Internet!
Sois toi-même, fonds-toi dans le décor. Regarde là-haut, ils ont même une tour glouglou. Si on a soif, on saura où glouglouter.
I would say, there wasn't a big challenge bringing them back because we love the characters so much. Like Phil and I always say that we're not crazy, but we think of them as real people almost because they represent so much of people we've known and little bits of ourselves.
The challenge with ever making a sequel, I think, is how do we make a movie that is not a repeat of the first one, and how do we not make it so radically different that the story is unrecognizable?
Process of the evolution of that scene.
Well, it began as kind of a joke that we were saying to each other, like what are some funny things, if anything can happen on the internet? What if Ralph met or took an online quiz that said, are you an Anna or an Elsa? Take the quiz. And then he somehow met Anna and Elsa as like real characters. And then we said, well, what if Penelope met them because she's a princess?
Salut! On se calme les filles, je vais vous expliquer. En fait, je suis une princesse moi aussi. Attends, quoi? Oui, la princesse Vanellope von Schwitz de Sugar Rush von Schwitz. Vous devez savoir qui je suis, ce serait embarrassant pour vous si vous ignoriez ça.
Et quel genre de princesse es-tu?
Quel genre?
Ta chevelure est magique?
Non.
Tes mains sont magiques?
Non.
Tu parles avec les animaux?
Non.
On t'a empoisonné?
Non.
Ensorcelé?
Non.
Enlevé ou séquestré?
Non, vous êtes sûr que ça va ou faut que j'appelle la police?
Ou alors tu as conclu un pacte avec une sorcière de la mer qui t'a pris ta voix en échange d'une paire de jambes humaines.
Non, quelle horreur qui ferait une chose pareille!
Tu as déjà reçu un vrai baiser d'amour?
Ah, berg, jamais!
Des conflits avec ton père?
J'ai même pas de maman!
Nous non plus! Et maintenant, la question à 1 million. Est-ce que les gens pensent que tous tes problèmes sont réglés parce qu'un homme fort et puissant a débarqué?
Ouais! Mais qu'est-ce qu'ils ont tous avec ça?
C'est vraiment une princesse!
And when the idea came up to have Humphrey in the scene, it was too late to build a CG model of him because it takes so long to build and rig CG models. So we still have several 2D animators working at the studio, and one of them is a legendary artist named Mark Henn, who's been animating at Disney for almost 40 years, I think. Is that right?
Yep.
And we said, Mark, can you animate that cycle of the trash, picking up the litter, picking up dance that Humphrey does in the short, so we can put it in the background? He's like, sure, I can do that. And he did it in about a week, and finished that little piece of animation, which would have been impossible to do in CG that quickly, to build something from the ground up. I just thought of another one too, Peter Pan's shadow.
Ah, il y a l'ombre de Peter Pan aussi.
Yeah.
Where was that?
The scene with Grumpy, when Penelope runs past Grumpy,
Okay.
in the background is Peter Pan's shadow on the wall. Yeah.
All of them. Two. Because the internet had never really been personified as a place where people live and you can go visit, it was a huge challenge. And I think for us working with our production designers and visual development artists, it was finding a metaphor that made sense for the internet. And there was a moment where we thought about it, maybe there's a huge data stream that flows through the internet, and it's with zeros and ones, and that each website has a dock that's up against that stream. So in that version, it was sort of like Venice, The version we ended up with that actually makes more sense is more like Rome, in that the internet is an ancient city with the oldest part down at the bottom, and then they build layer upon layer like a lasagna or a layer cake.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
L'Internet s'effondre. Je suis vert de peur.
But,
So,
Ah, les impressions.
and this is all a joke.
D'accord, il était
Ralph gets into a 3D printer, it's struck by lightning, and he is printed into the real world.
Ouh, pas mal.
And comes to Paris,
Il dit, ah,
And does a press conference.
climbs the Statue of Liberty.
It would be the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Or I mean, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
I mean, I don't think so, because to me, I mean, I never say never, but I think of these two films very much as two chapters in their lives, and the friendship was born in the first film, and it grows, and then goes through a big challenge in the second film, and then resolves in an even stronger place. So, to me, the two chapters fit perfectly together right now. I don't know.
Merci beaucoup.